Hey, what's up, world? How's it going? You are in for a treat, let me tell you. You've just joined Smartpunk Friends, brought to you by our good friends at SJC Drums and Van Shoes. And today, we have such a crazy great show for you. I'm going to put up the flyer real quick so you can see. We've got Rory Phillips from The Stereo and the Impossibles, Jamie Wolford from The Stereo, and then later on, Rob McLean from Limbeck. Some of my favorite musicians of all time. So I'm really, really excited about getting to hang out with them here, ask them some questions, and have all of them play us some songs. So this is going to be a ton of fun. I'm giddy as a schoolgirl. So Rory has a setup going and to make sure things sound good. And while he's doing it, I don't think he can interact with me. So I'm going to get him in here in a second, and then he's just going to jump into it and start playing some songs. Just want to let you know real quick, in a little bit, I will be putting in the comments how you can win a free custom pair of Vans. Vans is so cool, and they are giving us a free set of shoes, completely custom, to give out at every one of these Smartpunk and Friends shows that we do. So after the show, click that link and sign up, and maybe you get a free, completely custom pair of Vans. How cool is that? Rory is here and ready. So let's see if we can get him here in the chat. And then he's going to play some songs for us. What's up?
Hey, Jordan.
How's it going? Are you able to hear me?
Like barely coming out of my phone, so it's just like we're far away from each other.
Hey,
but I feel so close to you right now.
You're here, and I'm so happy, and I'm so excited about this. Yeah, I've got a bunch of questions, and I honestly could probably ask you questions for like 3 hours. But let's jump into some songs. Why don't you start with the tunes, and then we'll chat after that.
Okay, there's that thumbs up I was looking for.
There's the thumbs up.
Thanks, Jordan. And then I'll unplug it and we'll be able to talk to each other.
Awesome.
Hi, everybody. Sorry for making things more complicated and wanting to use technology with Instagram Live. Play 10 start program. We've already got requests coming in. Love it. I've got some songs that I actually practiced, so let me try those first. Just remember, I am a hobbyist and not a professional musician any longer. So here we go. Subject to the predicate, you let me know. You're leaving for Connecticut, first flight tomorrow. I've been separated from you, lost track of time, we've lost, it's true, dearly departed from you, now to be split into who? What more can I say? I don't have the words to make you stay. My sentences fall to break in vain. Let's go! The ticket desk to the baggage check. You felt so cold. Last kisses for proper etiquette before you let me go. What more can I say? I don't have the nerve to take you stay. Nonsense fall to break in vain. What can I say? What could I do when it's all been up to you? How could I take what you put me through when it's all been up to you? When it's all been up to you. When it's all been up to you. From the subject to the predicate, you let me know. You're leaving for Connecticut. You Yay! Vincent! That song was about Vincent. We got Gabe in the house. Thanks, everybody. It's like the little hearts bubbling up are like applause, kind of. So this isn't too far off from actually playing to people. It's a true story, 2 in the morning. You pulled me out of bed so we could go bowling. Met at the alley, I made a turkey. Never works, but the possibility is always there. Simple hesitations undermined. 2 weeks later, you're my Valentine. And when we fall, it's fine. Come on. Shot! Perfect moment, please don't end. That night I got my strike on the colored pen. My crutches, I don't need them. Hallelujah, I'm safe, can I have an amen? Like all the best passages underlined. Swimming with you in the summertime. And when we fall, it's fine. Rock out. Acoustic, rock out. Here it comes, it's coming back. Simple hesitations undermined. 2 weeks later, you're my Valentine. And when we fall, thanks, everybody. That was a stereo song called 300 from the album 300. Hey, Mike. Let's do an Impossible song. And Gabe, I wish you could be singing this with me because your part is super, super hard. Push pin my picture to your wall. Framed it in pieces of argyle. There's a thread for every minute. I miss my chance to begin it. I can feel the pressure building up. It's a cram it to the top. A coffee can filled with letters. My ears begin to pop as the tension drops. We're falling down. Someday you won't be around for me to fall back on. We're falling down. Someday you won't be around for me to fall back on. It's so awkward to say goodbye to you. That tensest moment when I fail to follow through. I'm all wound up and then you tighten the screws. I'm on turns to need as you slip on the noose. As I push my pen across your page, casting my spell like a first level mage. My epic battle between love and rage. And now the dramatic mess not fit for my age. We falling down. Someday you won't be around for me to fall back on. We're falling down. All my innocence is drowned since you've gone. She says I'm changing every day. She wants to know how I am, who will. She says there's still good left in me. Like I'm the dark part of the set. I write this every single winter. Now I'm writing it again. I shed my common sense in exchange for newer skin. I finally learned to appreciate my friends. The bad news is I haven't got any left. The good news is I dream about it almost every Is it hot in here, or is it just me? All right, I've got one more song planned. This one is a new song from the Stereo. We have a record coming out in 2027, and it's called Seek and Find. You spend half your life to prepare to make a bed you'll lie in, but you just can't lay there. Lucky went round, that thought goes around. Gotta catch it when it comes around. So stand by, don't around. Rise. And now being face to face in years, I'm not so paralyzed. And I know that the odds are often stacked against the longevity of our happiness, but the arc of our paths twist and bend like the fabric of a chain link fence. The tie that binds still going strong, it goes on and on and on and on. But love goes around. If you're lucky when it comes around, you're swept off the ground. Love goes around. Gotta catch it when it comes around. So stay alive, I'll seek and find your sought and found. Cool. So we're 12 minutes in. I don't see Jordan. Any requests? I saw this one earlier. But that's a deep cut. I also still saying that the feed ended, so maybe I'm not talking to anybody now, and that's what threw me off and made me forget all of the lyrics to that last song. Check your ether. Always solid advice. Kamikaze. Oh god, that'd be tough. All right, outside of this one, gosh, can I do this one? Let's try it. We don't need nobody else. of those beginnings of songs.
Back. Is the feed working again? I know there was kind of static.
If this life now hurts you, I'm sorry. Can't hold a candle to enduring, taken in a way that you say. You say you can't feel it, refusal of the anesthetic for this amputee. Cut off parts and cut up pieces. Lord, I know you're looking down. Won't you give me the strength? Put the trigger, put that bullet through my corner by this contradiction. Beaten back from your position, led by some superstition. I thought I could hold on with one hand, but you knew I couldn't do it. Literally couldn't do it.
Are you able to see me or hear me?
Are you back, Jordan? And I just can't see your video?
I think, can you hear me? It
Yes.
looks like my video's paused. You can hear me, but you can't see me.
Oh, yeah, all I see is an empty chair. Here, let me fix the video and then we can just talk. I've
might
done
be
enough
me, but-
embarrassing crash and burning songs for people, I think.
No,
I've
these have
filled
been
that part of the contract that we signed earlier.
All right, let's see if we are both working here again.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
I can.
Can you hear me now? I'm just a voice.
I'm seeing a spinning circle representing you, but I think that works. It's kind of got like a howl from 2001 vibe.
Yeah, as long as you can hear me, yeah, we're going to be fine. Thank you so much for doing those. That was so great to hear a mix of so many songs from parts of your catalog, and sounds awesome.
I feel like I owe the audience an apology for not actually knowing how to play any of those other songs.
I really don't think anyone cares. Everyone's just probably so
Okay. Okay, good.
Get to hear that.
I will gladly refund their ticket price.
Yeah, it's hard to refund free.
Sure.
Well, cool. I'll throw a couple of questions at you. First is kind of based in what's currently happening, and that is that the stereo is back and doing things, and I think people are so excited about that. As someone who loves the entire stereo discography, there's something really special about 300. And
what could be different about 300?
That's a great question.
That wasn't part of the other.
So yeah, so how did it work out that you got back involved and you guys are working on this new album together?
Yeah, a little bit of a long story and sort of like a gradual coming back together. So for anyone who doesn't know, I was in the stereo. I got kicked out of the stereo. We kind of pretended like I left the stereo to restart the Impossibles, and everything sort of worked out, and that was okay. And we played shows with the stereo, and everything was fine. And I love Rewind and Record, one of the albums that was made after my involvement in the stereo. But really, it started with the Fueled by Ramen 15th anniversary in 2011, and Jamie reached out with the idea of me playing with the band again, and I loved that. And there was no functioning version of the stereo at that time, and so that kind of planted the seed. I made the joke that our new record is going to come out in 2027. just because it has been like a really gradual process, but it's been also very artistically fulfilling to make songs with Jamie again and have us play off of our strengths again, which is I think what made 300 one of the albums that I'm most proud of having made out of quite a few at this point.
That's awesome. And so I got to see you guys a couple times. You came down a year or two ago to Florida for Fest,
Right.
and it was awesome. And
did you see the show in the blazing sun or the night show?
Oh, I was at both.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I love the midnight show was the 1 a.m. secret show, and Lucy's was. People were going wild. It was so much fun.
Little bit more my comfort zone, but a little bit more our comfort zone, I think, in general.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys, hinted at the fact that you had been working on songs. So what is the progress on the record? Is it done, or is it something you're actively working on?
Yeah, it's coming in for a landing. I don't know how much I should say. I know Jamie's joining a little bit later, and so he'll maybe I'll let him decide the exact level of detail. But it's songs are recorded, and we're definitely in the final stages of kind of getting everything together.
Very, very cool. I'll dig into some past stuff if that's cool with you. Something
Sure.
that's always kind of a mystery to me is that Slow Reader album, which I love. I think it came out in like 2002, and I that thing seemed like it was just so ahead of its time. Like I think that was like a year before even like Postal Service came out and kind of did a he kind of like entered into that world of things. How did that record come about? And was it supposed to just be like, we're just gonna put out this record and that's it, or what happened with that project in general?
I mean, I'd love to act like I go into everything with everything planned out and, you know, the intent of here's the lifespan of the band and here's what we're going to do. But I mean, the truth is we made that record, and I think Gabe was around earlier. So shout out to Gabe for us coming together kind of after the Impossibles had reached another point where it wasn't really making sense for us to try and be on the road all the time. But I still wanted to make music with Gabe. I love making music with Gabe. And so we came together and made that record with some songs that he had written, some songs that I had written. And basically right at the beginning of me really seriously getting into recording. And so, you know, there's nothing like when you're first getting into something you're passionate about, and just the amount of time that you'll put into it and how excited you get about the things that you're learning. And that really, that's, I think, shows in that record. I think you can kind of hear my excitement with wanting to mess around with all the different sounds and all that sort of stuff. So, but we made the record, we did a little bit of touring, and then, you know, ultimately didn't end up going any further with it. But also another one of the records that I'm really proud of.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that like it's great like first thing in the morning or like right when you're going to bed. It's like such a great moody, vibey record and just beautiful songs. And it seemed like such a departure from a lot of the other things that you guys have done, but you know, it's so cool.
It's more in line with, you know, the music that Gabe has been making since then. I mean, Gabe continues to make fantastic music today, and
he posts all that on.
I think he really
right. People want to check it out. He has a Bandcamp page, I believe.
Yes, and I'm, you know, and the last record that he put out, I actually got on vinyl, so they released it that way as well. And I encourage anybody interested to check that out and pick up a copy.
Very, very cool. Hello, Gabe, in the chat. Oh, man, if you want to do one of these, hit me up. Get you on.
The chat stopped moving for me. Maybe all the connection problems are me. I'm right next to my router, yeah, so I'm trying.
You seem great. It's probably me. I don't know if it's Wi-Fi or whatever, but As long as you can hear me, it's fine. Who needs to see me? I'm just a little guy in the corner anyway. Um, so getting into, you said when you were doing Slow Reader, you started getting into recording. Um, One of the bands that me and a lot of my friends still go back to all the time is Recover. I know you were heavily involved with that band. And like I said, I probably have I could ask questions for like 3 hours, and we have about 4 minutes left. So I'm just going to go into like the one little part of that, and that is kind of like, to me, folklore of the This Will Be the Year That I Disappear record, and how they signed a record deal and they recorded, they went to record for a ton of money or something with the guy that does Linkin Park's records, but then they got done with it, and they went back to the demos that they had recorded with you, and we're like, no, this is what this record is. This is so much better, and that's what it ended up being. How much truth is there to that?
That's the story. That's pretty much it. They went through and they made the whole record with Don Gilmore, I think is the guy's name, and the fact that I can't say that with any confidence speaks to how long ago that was now. But they went through and we had done all the demos for that record. And they sounded great, as Recover does. I mean, Recover would sound great if you put a boombox into a garage and recorded them. But the demos we did sounded really good. And then they went and they redid the songs in the big studio with the big budget and everything. And I think the consensus was just that some of the vibe was lost, like just something. Or maybe just whatever they thought they would gain out of that process didn't happen. You know, it didn't like really step up in some huge way. And really what they had off the initial demos was truer to what they wanted. And so I ended up going and mixing that record with Andy Wallace. Andy Wallace mixed Nirvana Nevermind and was a huge idol to me. So the fact that I got to do that, I mean, that's like a singular moment in my life that I'll never forget. And I couldn't thank the guys in Recover enough for having me along for that whole ride and getting to be a part of that. I still wish that record was known by more people. I think, you know, they for me were always going to be the band that was going to break out.
The people that love it still love it so much, but it just, I guess it would just, with so many things, it's just something. Hey, no pun intended.
I see what you did there.
One last question, and then I'll let you go, and then we're gonna get Jamie in here.
Sure. Yep.
I think everyone is excited to see that you guys put out 2 Impossible songs, and now it seems it just happened, but that was 2013. That was about years ago. And you guys record, which I revisited this week, and considering you guys hadn't played in how many years, 10 years or something, you guys sounded so awesome.
Thanks.
And Gabe's in there too. You can chime in. Any chance of any sort of new songs, shows, or maybe re-releases of old records? Because I know a lot of people in all of that.
The re-releases, I get a lot. I just this week got an Instagram direct message about, and that's the thing people ask about the most. I to try and make a really large, complicated story short, Fueled by Ramen, fantastic label that we got to be on, was bought by Warner Brothers, and putting out reissues from Warner is complicated and hard to ever get past that. I will say Jamie Wolford mixed those 2 songs from The Impossible. So Jamie's coming up next, and he is an incredibly talented producer, songwriter, and mixer. He just did the Ultimate Fate Book's new record, which is also super
It's so
awesome.
good. It is so good. Awesome.
Really good. And Jamie Jamie nailed it, as I like to tell him. And as far as new Impossible stuff goes, we keep telling people 2022. So we'll see if our 10-year clip of getting back together and playing shows. We did 2002, we did 2012. We'll see if 2022 is the Impossible's year to not disappear, to appear. in front of all of you.
That is fantastic. That's going to be very, very awesome. Rory, thank you so much for doing this. Thanks for playing. Thanks for letting me berate you with some questions. I loved this. I hope you had a good time. I know all the people out there really enjoyed it. So we're going to close and reopen it, and then Jamie will end. If you look